Darling in the Franxx, Episode 7, Shooting Star Moratorium. If you would have told me 3 weeks ago that we would be getting a classical shoujo type of tropiness beach episode, I would have laughed at you. But somehow we have gotten that. Today we're talking about Darling in the Franxx, Episode 7. This episode worked wonders for me. It really did. It was enchanting. It was straight up enchanting. Like, I like the vibes of it. That's probably my favorite part. It's just the vibes. Man, oh my goodness. The way this episode is written is just so well done and yet so classical. So classically shoujo. Like, it does have those shoujo vibes, and that's so strange saying in a sci-fi series, in a dark sci-fi series, mind you. It's well done. It really is. It's really, really well done. My favorite part about this episode is, again, I mentioned the vibes, but the character interactions is where the episode shines. I love it when the boys were in the water and they were spying on the girls on the beach. They were like playing volleyball. I love it when they were talking about the kiss. When everyone was asking, all the guys were like, "Hero, like, what is a kiss?" And then he goes in to try to kiss him, to think that is like, yeah, that's what you do. You just kiss random people. That's how you get that feeling. And like, it's just so funny how much they don't know. And then when they were exploring the city as well, just excellent. So excellent. The way the episode was paced, too. How you had that moment with 02 in the water. How you have this dialogue between Ichigo and Goro. And then the kissing thing and everything. It worked really, really well. And the exploration of the city, that's where you get the chunk of substance there. And it's well done. Also, 02 and Hero are now officially partners, and they're being welcomed onto the squad. That's also really, really cool. And another big chunk of substance. It's like the classic tropey beach episode, but with things actually happening in it, not just fan service. Like, there's actual story elements and world building elements and character development all happening in this episode. The very end of it was just handled so beautifully with the walk on the beach, with the shooting stars and everything, and the dialogue there was excellent. I really like this episode. I'm not gonna lie. This entire series, in my opinion, has been all killer, no filler. There has not been one episode where I'm like, I don't like it. I really like the show. I do. And I know a lot of people disagree with me. I know a lot of people aren't really feeling it too much. And I get it from certain perspectives. I get it. Some people have pointed out things. I'm like, yeah, but I like it. You know, like I do. But I'm just really happy. I'm really happy that they can actually get a beach episode done and actually have that moment. Because we needed this episode. Last week's episode was just insane. It really was. And the episode before that, it's been very serious and very, like, oh my goodness, like all this stuff happening. And in this week's episode, we kind of get a break from that. We get to take a step back and just fall into the characters and fall into the world building, and it's cool and it's necessary. And they did I'm just really happy that it worked out for a beach episode, because I saw the preview for it and I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work. It worked. It worked. Anyway, let's talk about this city for a little bit. Now, I don't really know if this is like, if there was our real world, like if Japan was in this world, or if like America was in this world. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if this is a fictional city. There was like Japanese writing and stuff when she walked into one of the buildings and saw that little baby book. At least I think it might have been. I'm not 100% sure. I'm assuming that that's Japan. And that's really, really interesting. Like, I'm curious to why Papa put them there at that beach. I'm curious to why. I mean, obviously, they know about that. They know about that lost civilization. And I believe they want them to know about it. I believe they want them to have that knowledge and explore that city and see what they've lost in the past. And it's interesting. I'm curious why. Like, what purpose does that have? Is there a reason behind that in Papa's eyes? Or is that just, like, you know, whatever. I'm really curious. And just the actual exploration of that city was really well done. The OST in this episode is really, really good. It hit some really high notes around that area of the episode. And towards the end of the episode, too. Just some really, really excellent OST. Really good animation, too. Really good backgrounds. Really, really good lighting. Character movements look flawless. It was really well done when going through that city. It was probably, like, visually my favorite part about this episode. Maybe the last part of the episode, though, because there was one, like, excellent shot that I'm gonna try to work into the thumbnail. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's really, really interesting. And then there was a conversation that was like they were kind of flashing back to it, a conversation between Zero Two, Hiro, Papa, I can't remember the redheaded lady's name, and Dr. Franxx, and this weird kid with white hair. Interesting conversation there. I'm not, to be totally honest, this is probably my least favorite part about the episode. It wasn't like, it's not a complaint or anything, but it's just like I didn't really get too much taken out of that. Like I don't really know what to take from that conversation. Maybe I kind of got lost there. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't really know what that conversation meant for our characters. They just said, hey, you guys are now together, but I don't really get what the white-haired dude's purpose is. I know that they're going to be monitoring that squad for a while now. I'm just curious if he is the one that's going to be doing that. Is it like, I'm sure, I think that was it. I think the guy with white hair is the one that's going to be monitoring that squad. The one was like Nine Lota or whatever in last week's episode. I'm guessing he's going to be a very important character, so that's interesting as well. And just, again, the character interactions, I'm going to keep saying it because it's easily the best part about this episode. There's a lot of comedy here. There's a lot of great moments by the fire when they were all eating and everything, when she was laying in her lap. Like, there was just like a good sense of energy and it was positivity. That's what it was. It was positivity, and that's something that we needed that. We needed that. I mean, I've mentioned this before, but this is kind of a dark series. There's a lot of heavy stuff happening, and when we can take breaks from that and go into a comedy-driven type of episode, go into more of a lighthearted-driven type of episode, it's much appreciated. It really is. I like this episode a lot. Comment down below. Give me your thoughts on this episode. What did you think of the conversation between Ichigo and Hiro on the beach at the end with the shooting stars? That was magical. That was enchanting. What did you think about that? Do you think... I mean, Ichigo obviously likes Hiro, but I have this feeling that Goro likes Ichigo. But I'm not 100% sure that Hiro likes Zero Two. But I know that Zero Two likes Hiro, right? There's like a weird kind of twisted, gross love thing going on between all of them, but they have no clue about it. Like, they don't even know. Maybe Zero Two knows, but no one else does. It's so weird to me. It really is, and it's so interesting. Please, let's talk about that in the comments. That's probably the most interesting thing about this series, is that there's love there, you can see it, but they don't. And that's cool to me. And it actually is well done, and how they address that with like them not knowing what kissing is. Even when they were wandering around the city, you see Ichigo looking at this poster for like some like manga or some drama or something, and you see these characters kissing, and it seems called like Beats of a Kiss or something like that. And she's like, what is this? Like, this is something that exists in this world. And I think she's starting to piece it together, that it is important. And that's cool to me. Like, I like that kind of, you think about it a lot. Like, after I watch the episode, I think about it a lot. And, like, I'm curious to see where they go with that. Is there going to be romance in this series? Can that be a thing? And I don't think, in my head, like, I can't imagine Papa and you know, the higher-ups, Dr. Franxx, and I can't imagine, even Dr. Franxx says, don't get close to Zero Two if you want to be partners for a long time. And because I think that she knows about love, she knows about kissing and everything, and that's going to kind of twist Hiro, and I don't think they want that. I think that's the main concern that they've had, is their squad being kind of humanized. And that is so interesting. Again, comment down below, give me your thoughts on all that. That is really, really interesting. Probably the most interesting thing about the series, in my opinion, at least. Yeah, this was an excellent episode. Let's talk about it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed anything that I had to talk about today. And also, please be sure to subscribe if you want more Darling the Franxx reviews, Ancient Magus Bride reviews, and gaming videos in between. Trying to get more content on this channel. It's been rough. I've been sick. I've been out of town. I've had family over. This thing keeps bothering me. It's just been tough to get videos up. But, yeah, I think that's it. An excellent beach episode. Just really, really enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. For real. Take it easy, guys. Until next time. Bye-bye. And another thing, something that I failed to mention, is the very, very, very clean new ED. Now, I don't think this ED is permanent. I think we are going back to the original ED in next week's episode, but we get that shoujo ED, and it's so well done. The imagery there, the classic bikini shots, it's what you would expect from a very tropey. I love how on the nose they are. It's so funny to me. I just thought that I should record this little thing and add on to it because I really wanted to mention that, but forgot to, and I was kicking myself in the head for doing it. So yeah, that was an excellent ED. Just, again, so tropey, so well done. Anyway, bye-bye, everybody.